Stuart Ramsay, our chief correspondent, was, of course, reporting from Kabul airport since the 12th of August and saw this all unfolding. Stuart, Stuart, tell us more.
Yeah, so we have been there. We were there yesterday. This is exactly where we've been working for the last few days. It is Kabul airport, but I think people have to understand it's not quite the airport itself. It's a road that runs along the side of it. And in that road is a hotel, which is now the compound where all of the British evacuation effort has been taking place. Outside of the gates of that compound leads to the beginning of the military side of the airport. You basically come out of the gate and turn right. That area to the right of that was a canal. And this was one of the two areas by which people could come in to have their processing start. It was very chaotic, it was very difficult. The Brits are slightly further down, but they man right up to the beginning of that canal, which is about 50 metres away from the British position and the compound they've been working from. And in front of them, with the canal, with barbed wire, with walls, are American soldiers and soldiers from all over the world. And they have been trying to process people through that position, and there's a huge queue of people from behind them. Now, people come into that area trying to get through. The road itself is completely blocked off, so that it is only by walking they can get there. And the huge numbers means that they haven't been able to check people coming through. They come with their bags because some of them are legitimate, many of them are legitimate, have a right to get through. So the bags are coming with them, all the families, etc. It has always been identified as a very dangerous point. We've thought about it, we've talked to it, we talked to the British military and American military about it, and they've always known it was dangerous because they don't know who is in that area. So we believe today we're talking to our contacts on the ground, to the military as well, is that a suicide bomber has come into that canal area and has exploded his bomb. There are a huge number of people, and there will be casualties amongst them for certain, because it's impossible not. There is a high wall that leads out of the canal, which would be always guarded mainly by American soldiers. We believe that some are injured, and we have been told that some are dead, but we do not know that now. But this was a choke point, a very dangerous one. We don't believe it would be the Taliban. We think it is Islamic State and their affiliate within Afghanistan. There will be casualties for certain. We then heard there was what was described as a firefight to us, but we don't know. That could have just been soldiers firing. It could have been other people firing, because it often is like that when you have bomb attacks. They can be very, very chaotic. I've been in them. That is what they're like. There are reports of a second bomb, which would then suggest we're talking about a sophisticated attack with bomb, gunfire, bomb. That's fairly standard. And as people run away, they get hit by the second bomb. Or if medical staff or more soldiers arrive, that's the second bomb. Now, that is only being reported at the moment, but that is sort of usually how it works if it is a sophisticated attack. What effect this has on the whole processing system, I think, my suspicion is it could almost be the end of it, because the risk will not go away, it'll actually increase. And we already know that some countries had already said that the risk is too high and we're withdrawing anyway. That could be the end of it. It is a hugely significant event because of that alone. Days earlier than the expected withdrawal, which in many ways, regardless of dates, was going to be quicker than probably most Afghans who were trying to get out would have hoped. But I think that might be the effect of this. We'll have to see, of course, but the main airport itself, by the Pentagon standards, still has about 10,000 people in it that have to be processed. That is possible, I suppose, but they will have to withdraw and they will have to protect the airport. Now, the airport is absolutely vast, and you can imagine it's not as big as Heathrow, but think about the number of people you would need to protect Heathrow or any big airport that anyone has travelled for. It's vast. very, very difficult to do. So they'll have to draw in further. It means that the whole of this relief effort, the whole of the evacuation is probably coming to an end.